Well, hello, people looking for inspiration today. You are out of this world. Let's make this card. Below I have a printout for you. Make sure you print it on an 8.5 by 11 sized letter paper. It includes the mechanism and score marks you'll need, and some rings and strips of paper. Here I have transferred the marks over to a card that I have printed on. This is 80-pound paper, and I am scoring at the score lines. Be sure to make these score lines nice and straight, because if you don't, your mechanism will not turn out right. And this is how I do the angles, how I score the angles. Put your point right there at the top and line up the bottom next to the ruler, and then you have a nice straight line. I always seem to mess those up for some reason. This mechanism is designed for a 4¼ by 5½ inch card that will open from the side lengthwise in the landscape position. After you have scored everything, go ahead and fold and burnish all of your score marks. I go ahead and fold them in both directions. That way it has some nice loose foldability. And when you're done, take your 2 fingers on the sides and bottoms of these triangles and push it in. And then that back piece folds down to make an arrow shape. And then this piece flips up. Alright, now here's my card I had printed out ahead of time. As you can see, I had messed up already. That's where I was talking about making sure that your lines are straight, otherwise it will not work properly. So we're going to glue this a little bit more than halfway down. Glue this right here. And then have this left-hand side right up against your crease where you fold the card. But make sure that you can close the card. So theoretically it'll be just to the very side of the crease. Now we'll put our ring on. My ring's a little odd shaped because my piece that I cut out is odd shaped. And then here are the strips that I have on the download. You will take the 3-inch strip and the 2.5-inch strip and glue them into an L shape. And you can do this with either acetate or cardstock. I don't suggest making any of this with regular printer paper. It's just too flimsy. And here is the bottom piece that I cut a little angle out of. This is the 1.5-inch strip. And I'll mark on here where we are going to glue these pieces. Right here and right here. So again, when we put this strip on, make sure you are just to the side of the crease so that it doesn't interfere with the paper folding. And then we're going to glue our L shape up here, making sure it's just to the side of the crease again. Now you test it out. Make sure everything's working properly. And you want to put your ring about centered over your score marks there. And we're going to glue just a little piece of the ring down on the 1.5-inch strip. Making sure that it works. You see that the ring rotates a little bit to the left when you open it up. Now allow everything to dry so that nothing comes off. And we're going to put a little glue on the left hand side. And we're going to fold the card closed. And again, make sure that's dry before you open it up and test it out. And there is your mechanism. Now I had printed out these elements ahead of time that I print and cut out. Just put some glue just to the right side of your ring so it doesn't interfere with the mechanism. And here's our little alien. Make sure you put these not any farther over to the right than where your card or your acetate ends. Otherwise, it'll stick up past the top of your card when you close the card. And it does not, so we're good there. Same thing with the rocket, or whatever element you put up here at the top piece. Make sure it is below the end of your acetate, otherwise it will not close because it'll hit the crease of the card. And your little bottom piece here, make sure it doesn't go past the bottom, otherwise you won't be able to stand it up and display it properly. And then I had a little bit of acetate sticking out past the elements, so I went ahead and trimmed those off. And there you have it. You are out of this world. I am calling this a pop and rotate card. I hope that you enjoyed this inspiration today. And if you remember, if you get frustrated, just take a break and come back to it. Thanks for stopping by, and have fun, crafty people. Make sure you like and subscribe if you like what you see, so I can do more videos for you.